Hi, it's Jane with Scraptastic Yarns Podcast, coming to you from the beautiful town of Lock Haven, Pennsylvania. Um, Welcome. Today is Monday. This portion is being filmed Monday, the 13th of May, and I'm going to show you some things I've been up to. Last week, when I went to my physical therapy, while I was doing the therapy and they're doing the massage on the hand, the very first thing they gave me grief about was the fact that I hadn't started crocheting with his hand. And quite honestly, I was scared to. I did not want to create any issues with this hand and wind up, putting it further back in its healing. So, I wasn't crocheting with that. I was crocheting with my left hand only. So they gave me a little bit of grief about it. Said, you need to start. Go right ahead, start. When the arm starts to get tired or starts to hurt, then you can switch over to your left. But you do need to start getting this hand used to doing what it was doing before. That's easier said than done because, who wants pain in their arm? But anyway, I followed that, and I got a little busy. Did a couple of baby hats. Then I did a couple of more baby hats. And then I did a few more baby hats. Did a few more baby hats. So yeah, the arm is good. When I do get tired, I do switch it over. And it hasn't been as painful as I thought it would be, although I was a little bit worried about it. I did also get the 9th block of the unraveled mittens. This called the waffle stitch, and I chose to use, I had this pretty navy by Red Heart, and I believe this was lemon by Red Heart, so I chose to do it in that. Got that done. And then while I was at it, I finished up the little bag that I was making. This is just a little bag to throw some things into when I'm at the market. We have a farmer's market, so I just wanted a really small bag. I don't normally get a lot of things out there, just because it's just the way it rolls. That is it for finished items. And yeah, I had a request of the woman that I had made this, that I had finished the sweater for. She requested that I actually do another for her because she is getting a new grandbaby as well, and so she wanted me to do another one. Now this is the pattern that she had given to me, but you will notice that the pattern is done button down. This pattern does include a button down option. Of course, it has that nice shawl collar. She doesn't want that. She wants a regular collar. And this is the one that I have been kind of using as the template for this. But I had told you before, I don't really care for it. This is a raglan sweater, and this is the beginning of the sleeve, and you do the sleeve separate, you do the front separate, you do the back separate, and you do the collar separate, and then you sew it all together. I am going to follow everything except for the collar. I find that rather annoying to sew a collar onto a sweater. I don't really care for sewing all the parts together of a sweater, but yes, I will do that. Just because this pattern, it's done in bulky yarn, and so it goes pretty quick. So yeah, I will do that. But the collar, I will actually, once it is sewn together, I will attach it directly and knit it from there. It's just rather annoying to do it any other way. What can I say? And I did want to share, while I was cleaning up, you know, sometimes we get a little crazy in our cleanup. I was cleaning up and I found a skein of this lovely, it is kind of done in a little boucle type. It is fiber art. It is from someone, Eva Hurleman, in Beavertown, PA. And this is called hand-dyed rayon chenille. It's 6 ounces, 2,000 yards. Now you saw how thin that was. I have no idea what I'm going to do with this. I have no idea why I purchased this. I just found it, amongst other stuff. And with it was this little ditty. This is Ashling Yarns, and it is called Casablanca. It is a sport weight. It is 100% superwash merino wool, and it is approximately 274 yards, 100 grams. And I don't even know if they're still in business, but there's their name tag. And I believe that is also the address, ashlingyarns.com. But it's real pretty. I don't know what I bought this for either, but apparently I had something in mind when I bought it. So, who knows? I did go to my Dollar Tree, and of course, there I did receive a nice little pairing of some fettuccine yarn. I did get two balls of that, 2 of the green. I got 1 in black. Get this other one over here. And I got 2 in the real pretty purple. 1 in this pretty little peach color. And then I got 2 in a black and white. In total, I got 10 skeins. And I do plan on actually making baskets and a bag out of that. So that is what my plans are for that. That will be coming up soon. And that's about it for this part. And I will see you again a little later tomorrow. I'm going to tell you about the giveaway that is planned for the 1,000 subscribers. And my husband and I have come to a decision what we are going to do. So once I reach 1,000, then the giveaway will happen. You will also get to see the rules posted down below. It will be just the giveaway by itself. It won't be included in any other portion. I may not name it giveaway. I may name it something else. But you will know that it is a giveaway. Just because that will be the only thing that video will be about. So, I will see you again tomorrow when I film the rest of this video. And tomorrow will be the What in Tarnation and a couple of other things. But we'll save that for tomorrow. I'll be adding these in together. So I'll see you then. You know. Hi, it's Jane. Did you miss me? This is the second part of the podcast that I normally do. Today now is Tuesday, the 14th. I think it's the 14th. And, yeah, I had a few more finished items that I just couldn't find. And 3 of them are just little scrubbies that I'm going to use upstairs. And then I have 2 shawls. The first is Rail's Yvette shawl. And this was done with the Karen 1 pound. But they don't come in 1 pound. It's 10 ounces of the magenta minty mix, or minty magenta mix. But that came out really nice. I decided to leave this just at 1 skein because with prayer shawl we have people, people of all sizes, so I don't always do really big ones. And then here is the finished one that I had actually started when I hurt my hand. It's by Donna Martinez, and she does the tutorial, but the pattern is at mypico.com. And it's basically, once you get into it, it's 2-row repeat. This is what I wound up having to do with the little bit of that color control down in this area due to those skeins being crazy. Having white and all kinds of other colors that I didn't normally have. And that was a little frustrating. That is that for that portion of it. We are going away to my mother-in-law's this weekend, and I'm sure there's going to be honeydews because that's just the way Mama rolls. And when you get there, she usually has, nice long list that she gives to us one at a time. We think we're finished, and she comes up with something new. And we're like, can you just give us the full list of what you want us to do so we can decide what to do first, get it over with? Do the worst job first? Nope, that's not how my mother-in-law rolls. So yeah, it's kind of funny. Today we had the town inspector come to inspect our apartment. They do this every couple of years, And since we have lived here, the threshold of this front door has been rotting out and just really needed to be replaced, changed out. But we rent from When you rent in this town, you get either close to a slumlord or a slumlord, basically. What we have is close to a slumlord. She told us that they couldn't fix the front door. The inspector came in and said it has to be fixed. It is completely rotted out now. We have asked for several years for them to just replace it with a different board, put something up there. Thomas and I have both told her ways we feel it can be replaced and fixed, and she just has refused to do that. So the inspector said it has to be fixed. He said if she has to put in a whole new door frame and whatnot, she's going to have to get it fixed. Now, we've lived here for 15 years, and throughout that whole time, in one of the downstairs, we have 2 bathrooms. Well, there's one full bath and then, a little, they call it a half bath, but it's really a toilet seat and a sink. And in that bathroom, they've decided they now have to have an electrical receptacle. To which the inspector said she's going to have to do some renovations this year. And the fellow that's following along with her from the rental company, his notebook was quite full from just this apartment complex. So I'm not looking forward to that because it generally is just a pain in the butt with these guys. You sit around, like normal, sit around and wait all day, and they show up, do part of the job, and then come back 3 days later, maybe, finish it, or a week later. You gotta sit here, or somebody has to wait for them. Thomas doesn't trust them enough to come into the house without one of us being here. And I don't either. Have you ever gone through your things when you're going through things to decide what's going to Goodwill and whatnot, and you find something and you think, what was I gonna do with that? Let me show you what I found. It's purple. Pretty purple. Showing up blue, but it's really purple. Not 1, 5. I found 5 in a bag. I have no clue what we were going to do with it. But I found 5. Stranger things have happened. This is my life. That is that for this portion, and now we're going to get into what in tarnation. Now, some of you may have seen this today on the news. I noticed a couple of the stations talked about it, but I'm going to go ahead and read it. World's most expensive coffee costs $75 a cup, and it's now being sold in Southern California. And you know what our nickname for Southern California is? Land of the fruit and nuts. For several reasons. Mainly because they grow fruit and nuts. And they have some rather wacky ideas sometimes. The world's most expensive coffee may leave some Southern Californians with the jitters, but not from the caffeine. Klatch Coffee Roasters has procured 10 pounds of the exclusive Alita Natural Geisha coffee to split among its Southern California stores at $1,200 a pound after roasting a pound. And I thought Kona coffee was expensive. Each hot cup will cost a cool $75. I will definitely pay a premium, but $75 probably not going to be happening for one cup, customer Kevin Gandy said. The unroasted coffee is imported from Panama and set a world record price of $803 per pound at the Best of Panama Coffee competition. It's only available from Klatch Coffee in North America. The coffee company says Geisha is a rare variety of Arabica coffee that came to Panama from a research lab in Costa Rica with origins in Ethiopia. It's known for its floral tea-like and stone fruit flavors. A CBS 2 reporter, Tina Patel, a self-described tea drinker, sampled a cup and agreed that the coffee tasted fruity, much like tea, before handing it off to the photographer. The rare and expensive coffee will be available in Klatch locations in Redondo Beach, San Dimas, Ontario, Rancho Cucamonga, and LAX. That's some expensive coffee. I love coffee, but my God. This one. Now, I love going to thrift stores. I love going to Goodwill, and I love going to consignment stores. But I have never found anything like this. And this would scare me to death if one of my kids had ever found this. Child finds meth worth $40,000 in Lego box bought from consignment store. Authorities in Georgia said a child opened a Lego box purchased from a consignment store and found $40,000 worth of meth instead of plastic bricks. The Bullock County Sheriff's Office said 3 women told investigators they purchased the box, which was labeled as containing Lego toys, at a consignment shop in Charleston, South Carolina, and brought it back to Statesboro, where they gave it to a young child. Sheriff's investigator Jim Reeks said the child opened the box and discovered a large bag of methamphetamine, which police estimated to be about $40,000 worth of the drug. The sheriff's office said they believed the meth had been hidden inside the box by drug distributors and mailed to an empty or abandoned address. Investigators said postal workers will sometimes not deliver to addresses dubbed vacant, and the unclaimed packages will later be auctioned off. They said that is likely how the box ended up for sale at a consignment shop. Police in Ohio seized some similarly disguised drugs in February when 2 Lunchables boxes spotted in a vehicle during a traffic stop turned out to be concealing more than 4 pounds of cocaine. They are lucky that that child didn't put it in its mouth. Can you imagine? It's crazy. Next one made me giggle. I don't know that I would be so brave as to do this. Florida woman produces alligator from her pants during a traffic stop. You couldn't get me to put an alligator down my pants. Authorities in Florida said a woman was cited after she reached into her pants during a traffic stop and pulled out a baby alligator. I don't care if it's baby alligator or not. I ain't putting it in my pants. The Charlotte County Sheriff's Office said a vehicle was stopped about 3:15 a.m. Monday for driving past a stop sign, and the driver, a 23-year-old man, told the deputy that he and his 25-year-old passenger had been out trying to collect frogs and snakes from the underpass of Oil Well Road. The deputy asked the pair to show the wildlife they had collected, and the woman opened a backpack by her feet to reveal 42 three-striped mud turtles and one soft-shell turtle. The sheriff's office said the woman was asked if she was carrying anything else, and she produced a baby alligator from inside her yoga pants. Authorities said the turtle species and alligators are both regulated in the state of Florida. The two occupants of the car were cited for possession of the animals and violating bag limits for reptiles. The turtles and alligators were seized by deputies and released. And the last one for today is Texas driver caught walking dog through car window. That has got to be lazy. Texas driver was pulled over after being spotted walking a dog in an unusual way through the window of a moving car. Riley Campbell said she was at her father's office in Austin when she spotted the driver moving at a slow speed down the road while holding onto the leash of a dog walking alongside the car. "So illegal," Campbell can be heard saying in the footage. Yes, there's footage of this. Campbell said the driver was pulled over by police just after she stopped filming. Put in your search at Google or Bing or Yahoo or whatever, "Texas driver caught walking dog through car window," and you too can see the video. Sometimes you just have to wonder about people. Like I said, nuts. It's crazy. That is it for today. I will be filming some other things later on this week, putting them up later, pre-filming. So I will see you again later this week. I do know that this has been an interesting week around this place. I'll explain a little bit later, but not today. So, remember, it costs you nothing to be kind. So we all need to try to be a little kinder. Remember, choose kindness. I'll see you again soon. Bye.